trust that you slept well? Or did the people perhaps not? Or even better, there is no surer sign of a kingdom at peace. Now, to more serious matters.
The shield of Heliodor.
You are like a son to me. And it is a father's duty to prepare his offspring. You wear it well. The shield has always been the mark of our mightiest knights. You have no complaints.
No, my...
I understand that you had hoped for the World Tree to guide you on your quest. But all hope is not lost. Your father once told me that Yggdrasil... He spoke of another. A holy mountain in... The fate of those who dwell there is deeply intertwined with that of the luminary. Or so he said. It may be mere hearsay, a conversation half remembered. But if it is true, you may yet venture west through the Mangle Grove, and you will find a valley that leads to the coast of Alor. Pass through the checkpoint beyond it, and you will soon find Mount Panglai. It is not a road I have traveled myself. Be prepared, and may your journey be a safe one.
A temple on top of a mountain. What connection could a place like this? It certainly benefits from divine protection of some kind. Yggdrasil fell to earth not far.
I know that face. That man... Heliodorian swine! You think that your blockade will break us? Think again. The disciples of Angrila are made of...
What in the... These movements must be intended to confound us.
Enough! All of... Is this how we treat visitors? As your High Lama, I order you.
Your Holiness, these people are not visitors. They are soldiers of Heliodor.
Soldiers of Heliodor, you... The tall one, perhaps. But his young friend does not look like... I sense a great power within you. Tell me, young man.
Incredible. You divined your true identity.
How long we have waited. Please, you must forgive my disciples' discourtesy. Welcome to Angrila, honored luminary. It would please me if you would join me in the High Hall.
Strange child, but remarkably perceptive for one so young. There is... Well, we have come this far. We might as well make our way to this high hall of theirs. See what he has to say.
I welcome you once again to Angrila, honored luminary. As I believe you know, it is...
I am to address you as Your Holiness, correct? Might I ask what you and your...
Why, everything, of course. We have awaited his coming ever since the day he entered this world.
Waiting for him? What do you mean?
I mean exactly what I say, nothing more. Tell me, do you recognize this? It is the emblem of Dundrasil. Since the age of heroes, the princes of that nation have come here to train with you. Your young friend was born a prince of Dundrasil. Thus did we expect him to come here as a boy and study under the great. Sadly, that was not to be.
So if fate had been kinder, you would have spent a good part of your childhood here. What of his tutor, this Grand Master Pang you speak of?
When the Lord of Shadows brought the World Tree low, the Master set out to summon a magical mandala. The spell succeeded, but its power was too great. Grand Master Pang.
A noble sacrifice, indeed.
Now that the Master is gone, it falls to me to guide you. Come to the field of discipline. It lies.
It is a shame that the Grand Master cannot be here. I would have liked to meet one so noble.
Beyond those doors lies the field of discipline, where students of Angri-La strive for enlightenment. Before we tread upon this hallowed ground, let me tell you a little of our history. Before setting out to defeat the Dark One, Erdwin came to our temple to learn from the Wise One. The first Grand Master, i.e., accepted him as a disciple and trained him in the secrets, but he did not train alone. During his time here, he met someone who would change his fate.
Who was this person?
Another of Ai Yi's disciples, a young mage whose talent outshone that of all who had come before. Erdwin and Morkant would train together every day, each striving to outstrip the other. Though they were fierce rivals, when their training was complete, Morkant joined with Erdwin in his quest to slay the Dark One. Without Morkant... Before setting out, they carved an inscription into this stone, a pledge of eternal friendship. It is...
Morkant. I have not heard the name before.
Now, allow me to show you to the field of discipline. If you were... Come to the field of discipline. Since the age of heroes, many a would-be warrior has spilt... If your karma had been different, this is where you would have trained under Grand Master Pang. Like all the princes of... I have brought you here so that you might stand in the footsteps of your ancestors. An unbroken line. Even your grandfather, Lord Robert, completed his training here. The memory...
His achievements?
Pang was a harsh master. With this implement, disciples whose efforts were lacking were given motive. During the course of his 6 years of tuition, your grandfather's right honourable posterior, with the tale of Lord Robert's road to enlightenment, lives on to this day.
A legendary achievement indeed.
You are worried for your grandfather, yes? Do not be. Lord Robert overcame every challenge set for him. The fall of the World Tree would not have been enough to extinguish one so resilient. He is alive. Tonight there will be a modest feast in the High Hall to celebrate your long-awaited arrival. We would be greatly honored. We may not be able to aid you as we would have done were Master Pang still with us, but in this respect at least.
Awake at last, hmm? It is high time we were on... If the Grand Master was still alive, perhaps we might have learned something to help us in our fight against the Lord of Shadows. Sadly, it was not to be.
And the Hermit? What news of him?
Forgive us, Your Holiness. The monsters on the mountain path were too...
I see.
Your Holiness is...
Yes, Sir Hendrik. I fear there is. You see, 2 weeks ago a hermit visited us, unannounced.
Alone? Whatever for?
That I do not know. The moment he heard that Master Pang had passed away, the mountain has become infested with monsters, emboldened and strengthened by the rise of the Lord of... This being so, I dispatched a group of disciples to return him to safety. As you can see...
I have trained all my life for a moment such as this, and yet I have failed in my first...
Might we be able to offer some assistance?
I thank you for your kindness, but you are guests here. I cannot ask you to...
A knight of Heliodor does not abandon an innocent... These people have shown us great kindness. It is only right that we do them a kindness in return.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart, but I cannot allow you to bear this burden alone. We must depart for the summit of Mount Panglai without delay. After exiting the
It seems we are too late. Is this the hermit?
Unfortunately so. He was in deep meditation when he breathed his last. But that posture, it is awful. Uniquely awful. I know it.
Incredible! Issue 1 of the Oggi. Indeed. It seems our friend here made his peace with the world before departing. But this is one of the royal treasures of Dundrasil. Why would a lowly... By the skies! Can it really be?
Lord Robert!
Your grandfather was Master Pang's most fervent disciple.
No, he...
What?
His spirit hovers in the place between life and death. It is only a matter of time before he passes. But there may yet be a way to save... If you were to follow him into the void, you might be able to bring him back.
But how?
The ancient teachings tell us that the summit of Mount Panglai stands at the crossroads between this world and the next. If you will permit me, I can perform an ancient rite that will send you to the place between worlds. But it is not a decision to be taken lightly. Once that place is entered, there is no guarantee of return. Well, will you take that chance? Will you visit the void and bring Lord Robert back? Very well. I will prepare for the ritual. Tell me when you are... It is time to depart for the place to which every soul must go. But...
What is this foolish dance? What manner of ritual is this?
Another wandering soul drifts into my domain. Destiny is cruel indeed to send me. This may be a fruitless question, given the vacant expression you wear, but do you know what? He is wise beyond his years. An intellectual giant. Do you think me a fool, boy? Do not pretend. Let me unburden you of at least a little. I will explain in simple terms that even an idiot may understand. Before Yggdrasil fell, departed souls would come here but now that the tree is gone, it is a place with an entrance but no exit. A dead end for... What I'm trying to tell you is that you will never leave this world. As long as the cycle of souls is interrupted, all who die will suffer the same fate. This is your destiny. Accept it. Or do you cling to the vain hope that the heart of Yggdrasil may be recovered from Mordegon's clutches? And yet, you would not be alone in your foolishness. Some people just don't know when to give up. Did you think that he chose death? He came here with hope in his heart. The hope that one day he will Your grandfather came to find me so that I might teach him the last of my... You know who I am, of course. Foolish child. I am Pang, Grand Master of... Do you see the magic circle? The precise pattern of movements draws energy from the ether and channels it to create the mandala of... He has been flailing away like this ever since he arrived here. It is not good for him at his age. But when the great sigil is complete, he will have mastery over a power not seen. Get out, Nate! Don't you dare give up now! I'll beat your bottom black and blue, I swear it!
Oh!
Well, would you look at that? Perhaps...
Hey! Did you see that? I finally did it!
Yes. Very impressive.
Jinx! Grandmaster Pang! Was that... Hoo-hoo! For the first time in my long life, she's actually paid me a comp.
Ugh. Perhaps if you could stop congratulating yourself for one moment.
Oh my. Oh, not you as well. Your poor young life snap.
Oh, stop your sniveling.
He's what? But what's he doing here?
He and his friends found your body and sent his soul from the world above to bring you back.
Ah, really? But I only came here to... You went to all that finer than ever, in fact. Now that I've learned the final secret, you and me are going to be unstoppable. Come on, let...
Stop right there!
I can't thank you enough for all you've done, Grandmaster. But...
Finished? Oh, but we... Honored Luminary, if you would like to follow... Your grandfather has mastered the last secret of Angri-La. He now has the power. It is a technique first devised in the Age of Heroes by Morkan. For you, I have a technique no less impressive. An attack of such It was devised by Erdwin himself during his training with Yi, our first Grand Master.
Well, that can't be a bad thing. Me with Morkant's spell and you with
If you can master it. None since Erdwin has been able to do so. The training you must undergo to acquire this power will be more intense, more relentless. Well, do you think you have what it takes? I knew you would make the right choice. No. The first step is to focus your mental energies and call forth a blade of pure light. As good as can be expected for a first attempt. The heat of battle should help to speed you.
Battle? You mean you're going to fight him? Oh, no, the poor...
Me? Why would I rumple my nice clean robe when I have you to do my dirty work for me?
What? You're...
Who better, Lord Robert? You have mastered all else. And besides, I've always wanted to see two princes of Dundrasil battling it out. Before we continue, allow me to give your grandfather an unfair advantage.
I've not felt this alive in decades!
That's the spirit. Don't hold back. Show him.
Just you watch me.
Luminary, prepare yourself. Beat, the more you use it, the stronger it will become. You must practice until it is...
Here I come, laddie. It's time to show you what this up...